Look, to begin with, Michael Cohen forgot that in the vocabulary are the words accountability and personal responsibility. So whether he did or did it, the fact of the matter is President Trump has absolutely nothing to do with this. That's number one. Number two, back in 2008, Senator John Edwards ran for the Democratic nomination for president. John Edwards was charged with pretty much the same thing they charged Michael Cohen with. It went to court and it was thrown out of court. Why? Because there were no violations of the federal finance laws. So there's been a precedent already set. What Michael Cohen did was try to get himself out of a jam by lying to the investigators. Now he's got himself in more hot water. And ironically, he may have pleaded guilty to a crime that doesn't exist.
Right. Well, that's certainly what it seems. If you break this down, if you break down whether it was an in-kind contribution or whether they failed to report it, thus making it a violation of campaign finance law, it doesn't seem that it matches up with the elements of that particular crime. So the U.S. attorney that's prosecuting this, who's asserting that these were illegal corporate contributions to the Trump campaign, he says that's because they were made with, quote, the intent to influence the 2016 presidential election. But that in and of itself is not enough if you look at federal code. If you look at the Federal Election Committee or federal election laws here, it says specifically that campaign-related expenses do not include any expenditures used to fulfill any commitment, obligation, or expense of a person that would exist irrespective of the candidate's election campaign. I think it would be naive of us to think that President Trump hadn't engaged in hush money payments for reasons, maybe affairs, maybe other reasons before in his life because of his stature and his powerful positions.
Look, as Rudy Giuliani said some time ago, there's something called nuisance settlements. Goes on all the time with celebrities. President Trump was a celebrity well before he was running for the president of the United States. And it is routine business for a lot of these celebrities to settle these matters out of court with financial settlements. So there's nothing wrong with what was done. These were business transactions. And this is the continuing witch hunt of Robert Mueller. Boy, I'll tell you, that guy's on a fishing expedition. He's trying to catch a big fish, but he's never going to catch a big fish because the president of the United States did nothing wrong.
Well, I think there's a difference between something being wrong and something being illegal. I don't think there are too many people across the country who would argue that paying hush money to people that you've had an affair with is a morally correct thing to do. It's not. But that's a different question than whether it's a legal or an illegal thing to do. And it seems that precedent and law both say that it is not an illegal thing to do. So I would agree with you in that sense about a fishing expedition and a witch hunt, too.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.